This is All India Radio. Colors of Life. All India Radio in collaboration with Vigyan Prasar presents Science Serial Colors of Life, episode number 3, entitled Invasive Species. In our last episode, we talked about keystone species. Keystone species is a species that plays an essential role in the structure, functioning, and productivity of an ecosystem. And now, let's listen the third episode of the Science Serial, Colors of Life, entitled Invasive Species.
Mama! Mama!
Yes, beta.
Mama, isn't Papa coming home early today?
Oh, yes. While going, he did say that he would come early today.
Oh, thank God.
Manav, do you have some work with Papa today?
Yes, Didi. Didi, you already know that our school is celebrating the Biodiversity Week.
Oh, yeah, I know. So?
I have to talk about endemic and invasive species. If Papa comes, I'll get some information about this.
Manav, Mummy must also know about this. Last week only, she went to the seminar on biodiversity organized by Vigyan Prasar.
Wow, that's it! Mama, please tell me about endemic and invasive species.
Okay, beta. First, you tell me, what do you know about endemic species?
Mama, once Papa told me that the distribution and expansion of endemic and invasive species is limited. These are found in specific regions.
Right. Actually, all living forms on this earth have reached their present position after a long process of evolution. During this process, certain life forms came to occupy certain regions on this earth. Based on the region's environment, the geographical location, and interactions with other species in the vicinity.
Mama, does that mean that only those species that adapt according to their surroundings are able to survive?
Yes, Srishti. And in this manner, endemic species are found only in certain regions. Although sometimes some species get transported to other regions through air or ocean currents. And if the environment of that area is suitable, they can establish there also.
Mama, there must be endemic species in our country also.
Of course, Manav. Our country, that is India, is rich in endemic species.
Oh, wow.
We have 44 species of mammals, 57 species of birds, 187 of reptiles, and 110 species of amphibians that are endemic here.
And I know, majority of these are found in the Western Ghats, Northeast Himalayas, and Andaman and Nicobar Islands.
Yes, absolutely correct.
And yes, hotspot areas are rich in endemic species, isn't it?
Yes, Manav. The endemism in an ecosystem is a property of a particular geographical location. The endemism of a particular region means that the species found in that area are not found anywhere other in the world.
But Mama, why is it that certain species are found only in specific areas?
Well, Manav, there are various factors responsible for this, such as the geography, the environment, and other life-giving factors. For example, you have seen a rainforest?
Yeah.
In a rainforest, the environment is such that numerous life forms are found over there.
But Mama, if a natural calamity takes place at a certain place, then the endemic species in that area would be wiped off from the face of the earth.
Yes, you're right, Manav. That is why special attention is being given to the conservation of endemic species. Since endemic species are found only in specific regions, they are always threatened due to human actions or other factors.
Then in our country also, enough attention should be given to the conservation of endemic species found in the Western Ghats, Northeast Himalayas, and Andaman and Nicobar Islands.
Yes. Okay, let me tell you something very interesting.
Yeah.
Manav, you tell me. Today, which is the most used vegetable on our plates?
Potato.
Manav, it's not potato, it's tomato.
It's potato.
It's tomato.
Potato.
Okay, kids, don't fight. Supposing both of you are correct, then you would be surprised to know, kids, that both potato and tomato originally do not belong to India.
What?
Yes, kids. Both are foreign species that have today become a key ingredient of our food. Tomato spread from the Andes and potato traveled from the mountains of Peru to our plates.
And today, our food is incomplete without these two. Isn't it, Mummy?
Very sure. Manav, have you heard about the Nilgiri Thar?
Nilgiri Thar. Yes, Mama. Nilgiri Thar is found in the Western Ghats.
Yes, Manav. It is also an endemic species which is found at an altitude of 1200 to 2600 meters in the mountains of Western Ghats. And it is endangered.
Mummy, I remember the last time when I went on the school tour to Eraviculam National Park, I saw the Nilgiri Thar.
Yes, Trishti, you're absolutely right. Similarly, the macaque monkey is also an endemic species of the Western Ghats. And do you know what is it called?
What?
It is called the Nilgiri Lagoon.
Oh, really? Our country is rich in endemic species.
No doubt about it, Manav. Endemic species are not only the fundamental components of our biodiversity hotspots, they are also central to biodiversity conservation.
But Mummy, tell me, are endemic species and local species the same?
Yeah.
See, Srishti, actually, it is not necessary that local species should be endemic species also. It is possible that a local species could have originated from some other region. The original place of Jaya Satalu is Persia, but it is found in other parts of the world. Similarly, Jal Sambul originally belongs to the Amazon basin, but today it is found in India's ponds, lakes and other water sources.
That means English babool or Vilaiti khejri is also not an Indian species originally.
Yes, Manav. It was brought to India for the first time in 1870 by the British.
But Mummy, why did the British plant this variety of khejri?
Because this variety could survive in adverse conditions, such as the scarcity of water and high temperature.
Oh.
So it was planted in the Kutch region of Gujarat and in Tamil Nadu to combat the problem of desertification and also provide wood for burning.
Okay.
So, by bringing this species to India, they solved a big problem.
Indeed, Manav. When a species is brought from some other place for a specific reason and introduced into another region, then we call it an alien species.
Alien species.
Such alien species must be very useful.
Right, Srishti? Many alien species are helpful since they provide food and other resources. And after some time, they get absorbed in our culture, our food, and our lifestyle.
Then surely such species are very useful. We should identify such helpful species and bring them to our country.
Yes, Manav. And one such species is Prosopis.
Prosopis?
Yes, Manav, prosopis that was planted in the Kutch region of Gujarat.
Oh.
This plant can survive in dry conditions also. It also provides wood for fuel, gum, and also honey. So, in this manner, apart from playing an important role in the ecosystem in Gujarat, it also brought about an improvement in the life of the inhabitants of that region.
So, humans introduced Prosopis into our new region.
Well, Manav, it does not always happen that such introduction of new species is done by humans. Huh, beta? Often we don't even get to know, and several species get transferred from one place to the other.
But mummy, humans will introduce new species into a new region only when it would be helpful there, or it increases the yield, or is simply decorative.
Yeah.
Yes, and sometimes some species are introduced to biologically control certain aggressive species.
Mama, what is an aggressive species?
Manav, those foreign species that create an imbalance in an ecosystem are called aggressive species.
Oh.
Yes, Manav. And sometimes such aggressive species enter by accident.
Accident?
For example, carrot grass or parthenium.
Didi, can carrot be a grass also?
Carrot grass is a weed that spreads fast and hinders the growth of other species of plants.
Oh, it's a bully. It's a bully. It's wrong that it does not let other plants grow.
Okay. So, carrot grass is an invasive species that does not let other plants grow in its vicinity. And by the time we come to know about their invasion, it is already too late. Isn't it, mummy?
Yes, Srishti. The seeds of carrot grass reached India in 1950 along with wheat varieties brought from the US.
Oh.
It was first seen in Pune.
Okay, so this problem came along with imported wheat.
Yes, Manav. It is one of the most dangerous weeds found anywhere in the world. And do you know, kids, even animals don't eat it.
Really?
But why, Mama?
Manav, there are certain chemicals in the weed that upset the stomach of animals, and so they don't eat it. So it is always better to stay away from the weed.
Oh, so it is very dangerous. It's a bully and also spreads diseases.
Yes, beta, it is a big threat to our local biodiversity. Our entire ecosystem can get disturbed due to carrot grass.
Looks like Papa has come. I'll just open the door.
Sure, do the favor, beta.
Papa? Oh, Professor Uncle, you're also here. Hello, Uncle.
Hello, Manav. Yes, Manav, our college is having students' union elections, so I came back from college early. I thought would meet you all here. How are you?
We're fine, uncle.
Manav, now will you keep talking to Uncle here only or will you invite him inside?
Oh, come on.
Sorry, please come in.
Hello, Vasudha Bhabhi, how are you?
I'm fine, Bhai Sahab. You've come at the right moment, actually. It was tea time, so I was just going to prepare some snacks and tea for the kids.
So nice of you. So nice of you. And what is so special today?
Well, uncle, these days a biodiversity week is being celebrated in Manav school.
Oh, I see.
So we were talking about endemic and invasive species. Well, now that you have come, you can make us understand in a better manner, right?
Of course.
Oh, and since you have come, Professor, we will all get pakoras to eat. Isn't it, Vasudha?
Yeah, Mama.
Yes, Akash. You guys get talking. I'll just go and prepare some snacks.
Oh, thank you. Oh, well, okay, kids. What were you talking about?
Uncle, Mama said that invasive species such as carrot grass disbalance our ecosystem.
Oh, that's right, Manav. There is another similar species called lantana.
Whose flowers are white, orange, yellow, and blue colored, right?
Oh,
Yes, Srishti, you're right. Actually, it was because of these beautiful flowers that the British brought lantana to India in 1807. It was planted for the first time in the Botanical Garden of Kolkata.
And then slowly it spread throughout the subcontinent. It is found more in the mountains of North India, but now it is also a threat for local biodiversity.
And it also spreads very fast like carrot grass.
You're right, Manav. Apart from spreading fast, it also does not let any vegetation grow around it. And animals also do not eat it. It is known among the 10 most dangerous weeds in the world.
Professor, now isn't water hyacinth also a weed?
Yes, Akash. Water hyacinth, also known as water lily, is also known as a foreign species.
But uncle, its flowers are very pretty.
Yeah.
Actually, Srishti, it was because of its beautiful flowers that it was grown in lakes and ponds. It is also a fast-growing invasive species that came to India from Brazil. And here it was spread by those who were fond of gardens. Today it has spread to more than 50 countries and has become a problem everywhere.
But uncle, how does it harm? Even otherwise, very few plants grow in water sources.
No, Manav. In water sources, there is a lot of microvegetation.
And Manav, the unchecked spread of water hyacinth has a damaging effect on such life forms. Just like carrot grass, water hyacinth also captures the entire area in its vicinity. And when the entire water source is covered with water hyacinth, sun rays cannot reach the lower depths of the water source, due to which other vegetation starts getting destroyed. Besides, its roots soak in the entire oxygen from the water.
Oh, then from where will the poor fishes get their oxygen? They absorb oxygen from the water. When the water hyacinth use up their share of oxygen, the life of the fishes is in danger.
That's but reality, Srishti. The International Union for Conservation of Nature, or IUCN, has identified 100 such aggressive species that are very dangerous. The loss due to such aggressive species every year is estimated to be billions of rupees. In India also, the loss is to the tune of almost 20,000 crores of rupees.
20,000 crores.
Yes.
Professor, does this mean aggressive species are dangerous both to the environment as well as the economy?
Yes, Akash. The change happening in various ecosystems due to these aggressive species is felt by the social and economic sectors also.
But uncle, how did such weeds like carrot grass, lantana and water hyacinth spread in such a wide area?
Well, Manav, they were spread by air, birds, and other animals. Besides, they are able to adapt themselves to the new surroundings very fast.
That's true, Akash. Today, these plants have established themselves in many regions. Lantana, water hyacinth, and carrot grass are aggressive species, Manav, that do not allow any vegetation to grow around them.
And it is clear from these facts that when we disturb the system established by the nature, then there are several ill effects.
Right. This becomes clear by the changes in ecosystem brought about in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands when about 50 years ago deer were introduced there.
Uncle, but how can such beautiful animals bring about any change in the ecosystem of any place?
Srishti, actually, while introducing the deer in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, one fact that was ignored was that there was no natural predator there, due to which their numbers kept on increasing.
Okay.
And then the increasing numbers of deer would have eaten up the local vegetation fast.
Yes, that is what happened, and due to this, the number of local plants started decreasing. The increasing deer population turned to the fields also to whet their hunger.
So the deer started interfering in the social and economic structure of Andaman and Nicobar.
Yes, Manav. Similarly, in 1952, a fish called tilapia was introduced into lakes, but it started harming the local fish population, and today it is known as the aggressive species in 90 countries. Can you believe it? In the same manner, our neighbor Bangladesh is also facing a similar problem with catfish. The foreign catfish is emerging as a threat for the local fish population.
So this means that introducing any foreign species in an ecosystem without much thought could be harmful to the biodiversity in that region. Even otherwise, due to increasing liberalization, trade and tourism, geographic boundaries are becoming fluid. This has increased the chances of new species reaching new areas.
That's right. And that is possible, but Akash, do you think it is possible without tea or something like that?
Absolutely, I was about to think that. Masuda,
Yes, Akash, I'm preparing the snacks. Get it soon, Mom.
yeah, we're hungry now. We're starving.
Just prepare in 5 minutes.
Okay. Take your time.
It's fine. Okay. Okay, then where were we? Yes, Akash, yes. That is possible. But it is not necessary that just like carrot grass and catfish, every foreign species would impact the ecosystem in such a manner that it becomes a threat. Actually, the transfer of a species from an ecosystem to another ecosystem is a natural process. Every ecosystem is a dynamic entity in which some species become extinct and their place is taken up by other species, and this is a continuous process.
But uncle, this process must be very slow.
Yes, it's a slow process, right, Manav? Besides, for foreign species to survive, they have to compete with local species for food and space, and mostly they fail to establish themselves and are destroyed.
Uncle, when does a life form become harmful like carrot grass?
Manav, mostly this happens when a life form is introduced into a new ecosystem accidentally or intentionally by humans. And if in this new ecosystem the foreign species find suitable circumstances, then these invasive species become harmful.
Uncle, can these invasive species be harmful to humans also?
We are also a part of biodiversity, Srishti.
True.
All forms of life like plants and animals, bacteria and viruses and even fungus can be invasive species. Their negative impact is felt in the form of damage to the biodiversity. Because of them, there could be imbalance in the ecosystem and diseases could also spread. The existence of local species could also be threatened.
In that case, invasive species could be a big threat to local species also.
Yes, something like this happened in Guam. Because of accidental introduction of the brown snake there, a drastic reduction in the number of bird species was observed.
So this means that if an ecosystem of foreign species does not have a natural predator, its population would increase, threatening other local species.
Yes. Similarly, the distribution of microorganisms could also be harmful sometimes. The spread of swine flu in 2009 from Mexico to other countries is an example of this phenomenon.
This means that aggressive species could be harmful for animals, plants, and even humans.
Yes, Manav. According to the Convention on Biodiversity, aggressive species are primarily responsible for the reduction in biodiversity.
So, India should also be careful of such species.
Yes, Shrishti. Being a country with rich biodiversity, we need to safeguard against aggressive species.
But uncle, can't such aggressive species be controlled?
Manav, destroying or controlling such aggressive species is not easy. Although a lot of efforts have been made in this direction. We'll have to take some precautions to guard against this problem.
What sort of precautions, Uncle?
Srishti, cargo ships, wooden material and flowering plants should be checked properly when these are being transferred from one location to other. Such aggressive species will have to be identified and their transfer from one location to other would have to be monitored at the international level. we'll have to make national and international laws for this.
Yeah, right.
But uncle, what is the relation between cargo ships and aggressive species?
Actually, Manav, often to maintain balance, cargo ships fill up water, and when they reach another location, they empty the water there, take the cargo, and proceed to their destination. This water may contain several aggressive species, which can be harmful for that ecosystem.
But Professor, what should be done when undesirable or aggressive species reach a region?
Then some solution should be worked out to control such species, Akash. And for this, some biological control solutions can also be worked out.
Yeah, just like releasing Gambusia fish in water sources to control dengue mosquitoes.
Yes. But we should be careful, Srishti, that the competing species introduced to control an aggressive species should not harm other species in that ecosystem.
Right.
But that would be very difficult, uncle.
Yes, Manav. Apart from this, some chemical insecticides can also be used to control these aggressive species.
But Professor, these insecticides would be expensive and will not be completely favorable for any ecosystem.
Yes, but in future, certain insecticides could be developed that would not harm the environment.
Well. That means everyone should contribute in the effort to control aggressive species and conserve biodiversity.
Yes.
Everyone should take care that they do not disturb the local ecosystem so that the local biodiversity is not threatened.
Yes, and the message is biodiversity is our own wealth, and we should safeguard it.
Yes.
And we should protect our ecosystem from such aggressive species that threaten our biodiversity.
Colors of Life. You are listening to the third episode of this science serial, jointly produced by All India Radio and Vigyan Prasar, entitled Invasive Species. Script and research was by Navneet Kumar Gupta, concept by Shri Anuj Sinha and Dr. T.V. Venkateshwaran. This episode was directed by Sudarshan Kumar. Recording and mixing assistant was Chandrapal Singh. Assisted by Yagyadutt Mishra. Presented by Dr. R.S. Yadav. The participants were Vijay Nagyal, Sushant Malhotra, Ridhima Bagga, Shaili Dubey and Mamta Malkari. Hey friends, please stay with us. Don't go. We must tell you about your participation. You can also associate. We will be asking you a question regarding this episode. If you have heard our program carefully, the answer was there in itself. So take out your pen and write down the question. Our question for today's episode is: species found in specific region are called as. Write down the question once again if you have missed it. What are the species found in specific region called as? 2 lucky listeners by lucky draw sending right answers will win attractive gifts by Vigyan Prasar. So do write to us. Our postal address is Science Serial, Colors of Life, care of Station Director, Post Box number 71, All India Radio, Sansad Marg, New Delhi 110001. Please write or mail us along with your answers, your full name, address, age and profession. If you are associated with any science club, write down with total membership of your club. If you have any query, question or experience, don't hesitate to write to us. We will try to answer it. Your views on different topics related to science, particularly on biodiversity, plants and animals, are most welcome. The best views expressed by listeners will also be given suitable prizes by Vigyan Prasar. We will be here again with you in the next episode of this science serial, Colors of Life. Same day, same time next week. Till then, goodbye.